What's up, brother? How's it going? I'll um I'll bring you in. Hold on. Yeah, I'll bring you in a minute. Let me see how many more people link in. Sorry, I was a little late, but I'm here, brother. Sorry about that. Hope everything's good with you. I hope you had an excellent Thanksgiving. All right. Looks like we have 4 people in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste the link, and all you got to do, bro, is click on it, and then I'll bring you in. Okay. So here it goes. All right, bro. So there's the link. Alejandro Casillas, good morning. How you doing, brother? Let me turn off the Wi-Fi, because sometimes I get interference for having the Wi-Fi on my phone. Let's see. All right, Skorpio. I don't know if you see if you see that link right there. There it is. Nice. All right, brother. Let's do this.
Man, happy Sunday.
Hold on. There we go. What's up, brother? How's it going, man?
What's up, man? Happy Sunday, man. Hot Wheels, you know?
There you go. That's it, man. That's what's up, brother. First and foremost, man, thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule to be here with me and hang out with me and kind of introduce yourself to to the people on in my community.
Hello.
So thank you for that. I hope you had an excellent Thanksgiving with the fam bam and ate lot. You ate lots of turkey, ham, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, too much. Too much, man. Now I gotta lose the weight, you know? I probably
Yeah,
put
yeah.
as many pounds as the turkey was weighing, you know what I'm saying?
There, there you go, brother. There you go. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is that you were blessed with 2 hot feet like MC Hammer. So all you do is the moves and you lose those pounds in no time, brother.
Yeah, man, right? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Oh man. So yeah, I love your channel, man. It's always cool to see all the cool stuff you find out there in the wild, man. Sometimes I wish I had a money setting account over there by you so you can just scoop me some of those things up. It's like if you be finding the gold over there.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of competition and it's only gotten worse over time, especially like post COVID, more and more people had more free time on their hands and they were looking at things to watch, looking for things to keep themselves entertained and now there's more. It's hard for me to find good stuff. Before I was pumping up 2 to 3 videos a week, and now it's like, I'm lucky if I could do one every 2 weeks. Not only that, but I'm a one man band. You know I I have a busy schedule. I could only do so much on my own. So
Right.
I go out there and hunt. If and when I can. Plus got family and all that stuff. So that's what's up, brother. All right, man. So let's get to the meat and potatoes. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the crowd? What's up, Eddie? Good morning, Osvaldo. How's it going?
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Scorpio Love Smith. I do my channel 164 scale racing. Been doing it for like 4 years, and I love diecast racing. I've been just out there hustling, getting footage done, and trying to bring races that you want to see.
Nice, brother. Nice. So what or who inspired you to start a YouTube channel?
Yeah. Okay. So one day I was just flipping through channels and on YouTube, and I ran into this really intricate race. It looked real, right? It looked like it was real, and the backgrounds were real. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool. What is this?" And it was a 3D bot maker. And so I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
"Yeah, it was 3D bot maker channel." I was like, "Oh, I said I didn't even know this was a thing." And so I was like, I'm like, wow, this looks really incredible. I mean, it looks like, someone took a lot of time doing, like miniature HO scale, like train stuff. You know what I mean? How you see trains with backgrounds and stuff, except for it was Hot Wheels racing on it, right? So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I started watching it for a little while, and then I decided, okay, let me try it. So I went to the store and bought, some straight track and the little launchers, and then a couple cars. And I said, oh, this is
Right,
fun.
right, right.
I said, this is cool, man. This is pretty cool. Then I got a couple curves later on, and so I got started into it, and I started watching other people, do it too. I started watching Mr. Mom Joe and Mr. Mom Bubba as Mr. Mom's Racing, you know, and then I started getting into watching them,
Mhm,
and then
mhm, mhm.
then who does a half burger. He did the half burger, like get your half burger today, for $49.99, and eat. You get half the burger, throw the other half away. I used to watch this channel too, a Sub 4A. Those guys were all like tight together. You know what I mean? So, uh,
Yeah.
so I started them, and Sub 4A would do NASCAR racing pretty much. Is all he do is NASCAR, setups in his backyard and stuff. And so he brought the other element to it. And I was like, oh, you don't have to have a fancy backdrop to do diecast racing. He was doing his backyard, or he was doing like backyard with or the driveway. You know what I mean? He had the driveway, just literally in his driveway racing the tracks and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was fun to watch because his commentary is good, right? So he had great commentary, and you would see it that way. And then you see with our boy with Hamburger, can't think of his channel name right now, but he would just
Right,
do
right.
it in his house with toy sets and that, and so I was like, that's incredible, right? And then you got Red Pill Racing, start seeing those guys do it. Red Pill, he does drag racing primarily in his house, and he was just knew every detail about weighing the cars, and they would sit there and put graphite on them, you know what I mean? And tearing cars down. He also would do stock too, and then you got Lakeside, Bobby D's Lakeside Racing. I
Yeah.
love that brother too. He's in his kitchen most of the time doing it. And he's got his little dogs running around. And then there were so many different channels out there. That some of them fell by the wayside now and stuff. So I got my start basically, and I would start, you know, bringing my camera out, my phone. I would use my phone and start recording the little races. And my stuff was unedited at first. It was just super long, like 20, 30-minute races and stuff. And you see me pick the cars up, put them on the track, the whole thing,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
3D bot maker was like, hey man, you should do some editing, on your phone. There's like iMovie and stuff like that. And, you know, um, and then Mr. Miles Racing was helping me on his channel. He promote me. He goes, hey man, you know, we'll have you pick a car out of my collection, out of the box of speed, and then
Mhm.
there'll be another person upcoming channel, and we'll help them out too. You guys have a race off, and that help people get to know my channel. And he would do that to people to help them get to at least 100 subscribers. And
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, so I appreciate them for helping me out and stuff. And it was just a lot. And then I just learned and grow. You keep growing. You know what I mean? Like I'll never have the space right now to do a intricate, layout. With all the trees and and everything going out. In the real
Yeah.
paved roads. And then but it helps though. I buy pieces from Dave Akers Customs. He'd sit
Mhm.
there. He'd make nice garage pieces for you. You know what I mean? And parking lots and stuff. And so you can add some finesse to your stuff. And he still does that. So check out Dave Akers as well too, customs. But yeah, that's why I got into it, and I just started collecting the cars and buying them and ordering them online from eBay as well. And I go to collectors places, like some guys have their houses. You go to their houses. This guy named Alex at Pacifica out here in California, and he'd have all his garages converted into a store to all Hot Wheels and
Oh,
stuff like.
nice.
Yeah. So people trade with him too. They go, "Hey man, I got these. I'll trade you for these," because he got old school red lines, and you got the custom Spectra Flame color cars, and
Oh man.
he's got stuff from 2014, 2011, like 2000, you name it. He's got old, and he gets the new stuff too. He get the Kmart, the Walmart, not Kmart, he get the Walmart stuff. The special editions and GameStop special edition colors. It's hard to keep up with the racing, with the cars themselves, because so many people, like Kroger's has their own special. There's no Kroger's out here by me. You know what I mean? They've got they got a Dollar Tree cars, right? This Dollar Tree gets a special color of that same car, you know. And you got Walmart gets a special color that Target doesn't get. Like you go crazy because you can't go. You can't
Yeah.
go on. You can't go online, right? You can't go to Walmart.com and Target and get the specific car you want. You know what I mean? So if you're not there,
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, the color exclusives, there is no other way. I mean, you have to go out there and if not, you have to have find somebody in a community like ours who could help you out. It's like, hey man, I mean, I'm looking for the Kroger exclusives, Best Buy exclusives, Dollar General exclusives, Target red editions, what have you, and hook me up. I mean, I'll pay you for the shipping, I'll pay you for the car cost of the car, whatever. Work something out. Instead of or working out a trade, right?
right?
Which is what I suggest. With people in my community, I think that's the best way to go. Instead of helping, scalpers slash sellers, keep doing what they're doing. You know, skyrocketing jacking up the prices on certain castings just to make a profit. Taking advantage of people. So tell me about the how is it like uh how, how's it like over there in your neck of the woods, brother? I mean, is there like a lot of are there a lot of collectors? Is there a lot of competition? Well, I'm sure scalpers are everywhere, but I mean, how's it like? Have you ever encountered uh you know a difficult person, and how, and if so, how did you handle that?
Uh, I got it's kind of, some of them were kind of unique. When I would go to Target, sometimes I see some of the guys, people who don't even race or anything. They're just like collecting the cars, and they'll be early in the morning, and they're sitting up there grabbing everything, right, and
Right.
double triples. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, hey, can I get maybe one of them cars? I'm like, I actually got a channel. I'm racing and stuff like that, and I'm like, I could use one of those models. And they go, oh, you know. And then some have been nice, but yeah, here you go, or some would just beeline right out. Um, I think the funniest thing I've really encountered though, because I don't see a whole lot of that,
Hmm.
is go to O'Reilly sometime, and O'Reilly's has Hot Wheel cars, right by the checkout, and
Hmm.
cars, and I be looking through them, they
Hmm.
kind of thin, and I find some stuff I like. And then one of the guys that work behind the counter goes, "Oh yeah, man, I got most of those already." And I was like, "Oh, you collect?" He goes, "Yeah." So you He goes, "No." He goes, "But when they come in, I just get them, and I hook up my friends with them." And I was like, "Oh, so I didn't even got a shot before you come in." He's actually telling me, right? And so I
Right.
was like, the other day I was in there and I found I think the new McLaren or something like that in another car. I forgot what it was, but
Hmm.
I got it. And then he's like, "Oh, I didn't even see that one." And I was like, "Oh, cool." I said, "Something you didn't see." Okay, cool. And his coworker looked at him too, like, "Come on, dude. You can't be telling customers that you do this." You know what I mean? Uh, but there was a guy who used to work there before him, and he saw that I was getting the stuff, and I gave him my was it Messenger from Facebook, and he would, as they come in,
Right.
he would hit me up with pictures. He'd be like, "Hey man, check this out. We got these color. We got the black track with the orange stripe in, and the yellow track with the orange stripe in." And he goes, "We got these cars. I'll put them aside for you." And he would do that. So I come in there. So I was the recipient of what other people get sometimes, right? Like you said, doing the deals or asking people to hold stuff. So if I didn't have to pay him anything, So
Right.
um,
Right.
so he did that for a couple months, and then that was cool. Then he quit. But I racked up on color tracks that I would never ever see though. Like I never really see the black track with the orange stripe on it. You know,
Right.
regular price for it, and the yellow track. So that was really cool. And then what do you call it? So yeah, I don't really encounter a whole bunch of scalper situations and stuff. Only if you go on eBay, obviously, you're gonna see people who go in there and they grab it and they want to charge 18 times the amount. That
Yeah.
is it.
So, I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, do you think, I mean,
As a person who, if you're a collector or you're just if you're a racer or a casual collector, you go in to get these $1 or $2 cards, depending if they're the metal ones. You never know. You got the metal series, obviously, right, with the real rider tires and all that kind of stuff. But they're toys, so you don't want to be gouged. You know what I mean? Like, so I know it's annoying for somebody to go in there and buy up a whole thing just to resell it. You know what I mean? But I know it is hard times. It's always been people trying to make their money, I guess. So it is what it is. It's like the best you could do is just try and get out there, like you said, and make some connections with people. you know, otherwise know when they put the product out too. Like I know out here in Walnut Creek, I used to go early in the morning before I go get my haircut over there and look
mhm.
before my appointment. And then it was like sometimes it was some stuff there, but sometimes it wasn't. But it was after I get out at 11, I would go over there and be fully stocked. And I said, "Oh, I'm just missing the times they're restocking it." So at 11, the pegs are full after I got my haircut, and it's over a different city, and not everybody over in Walnut Creek is scalping for cars. So I'm just like, like get what I want. Even the small. Have you seen the new Jada uh, Toretto house?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I was able to scoop that up. It was like two or three of them there. I needed one. That's for the little nano collection, obviously. Oh, you got one. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, when these first came out, I mean, people were freaking gouging them left and right. Now, the fever is starting to die down a bit. So I've been seeing a lot more and more of them left behind, or the scalpers slash resellers. They gouge as many as they could, and they probably got stuck after a certain point. They couldn't resell them or whatever,
Right.
and they started returning them. So that's why I tell people, I mean, just sometimes it you can't let the fever get the best of you. I mean, yeah, I mean, everybody wants to have the latest and greatest stuff, right? I mean, you want to get your hands on it, but I mean, sometimes it's best if you wait it out a little bit, and then eventually you'll find it. I mean, if you can't find it, then yeah, I mean, try to find somebody here in the community, and
Right.
offer to make a trade, or like, hey man, I mean, I'll send you some money if you find one. Keep your eyes open. Let me know how much it is. I'll pay you for the shipping and everything, and that's how you do it,
Have you guys?
man.
Do you get any? Does you or any of your viewers out there ever get any of the Hot Wheels RLC cars?
All C cars, yeah. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, there's quite a few people in my community that I know that buy them. Obviously, not everyone can afford them. Oh, by the way, you have a fan here, my buddy David, aka at Twice Diecast. He says he loves your races.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Speaking of that, since he said that, well, I appreciate you watching. I know it's been a couple months since I've done anything. I was taking a break. I've been taking a little break, like a lot of people have been taking breaks. Some haven't came back, but I do plan to come back. I just needed a little bit of break. And what I did on the break with the diecast when I come back is I actually separated. It took me a couple hours to say the least, probably 3-4 hours. Probably, I think it took me a day if you added up the time to
Right.
separate all of my cars, and I put them all in their categories. Camaros, the lowriders. Put the lowriders in the kind of same category, all lowrider cars, right? Because they're only going to race straight pretty much because they're not going to do well on the curves because they're so low. And then
Right.
so I put the Audis together, the Ferraris that I have together, the Lambos together. There was a gazillion Lambos I had because Hot Wheels really puts out a lot of Lambos.
Yeah.
So I separate all the cars out now by their brand because um, as you watch some of those videos, I've said in every single on the videos when I was ripping and racing, right? There was lots of ripping and racing going on, and I was like, I'm gonna be separating all these cars after they're all gonna take a break, and when I come back, it's gonna be Lamborghini races, Ford races. You know what I mean? Because I always wanted to do that, but I was getting all these cars. Even some of my viewers were sending me cars too. I'd have Jim L sending me cars. I had like Michael's Diecast Racing. They have all these surplus cars, and as a gift, they would like send you cars, right? You had Hot Wheel Racer Mike. His channel was amazing too. He hasn't raced in a long time, but he'd send me a box of cars too. So I
Yeah.
was buying cars, and then I was getting cars sent to me by the viewers, which was amazing and so appreciative. But it would just add to more a chaos. You know what I mean? Because you want to do an unboxing for them, right? And then because appreciate the appreciation, and then you crack in the cars, finally getting them in a race, and it would just take time because I don't have time to bust races out every day. I was trying to get them like once a week or like every 2 weeks or something like that, and then so that's why I was
Yeah.
started doing 100 car races. You know what I mean? Like one and done down, down the 6 lane or whatever. Trying to get them all out, and finally, I got them all out, and I was getting cases for a while sent to my house because you know how we just talked about it was hard to get. So there's one guy named A&J Toys,
Oh,
so he was a distributor, and so I started getting car cases sent to my house from him. But that dried up almost 2 years ago because he's not getting cases anymore. And I need to hit him up though because he still got $89 of my money from, from a case
oh,
I haven't
really?
gotten yet. So, he's like, people were saying, "Hey, let me know if you're gonna quit or not." And I'm trying to get a bit of a doubt, but at this point, it's been almost like a year and a half, and I haven't had no cases because COVID hit and it just messed everything up. But the problem with the cases is you get fantasy cars, and some of you guys may love fantasy cars, and there's a couple that look like real cars. There's a couple like Muscle Bound or something like that that look like legit cars, and some of the Batman cars look kind of cool too, right? There's a couple, but most of the fancy cars I'm not really into, right? So I
Right.
give them away to kids. I take them to my job sometime, and there's like a science museum I work at, and then I would hand out the cars as the kids come in. It's like, hey, here's a Hot Wheel, and they love it, right? Or
Yeah.
I just give them away, down the street in the community day. You were talking about community days. I remember
Yeah.
I used to do those, and I give those away for community days when I set up a track out on the front of the house, and it's to start racing, right? And then people, would race. So you keep that car. You can keep that car. That's for you. But getting cases is cool to keep up with the new cars, but it's a pain in the same way because you're spending like $89 for the case, pretty much. And that's with shipping and all that included. And then you've got like maybe 20 cars out of it that you actually want to keep, and some are doubles, and maybe there's some you want for your collection and some you rip to race, right? And then
Right.
and if you're a mod, then maybe you want the third car that's in there so you can mod it out, right? And
Right.
so but it's not worth it for all the extra cars that you don't want or need. So I was kind of glad when that happened because I said, you know what, I've got enough cars now. I mean, I got tons of cars, right? And as you see people do races. A lot of people use their old cars too. Not everybody's up to date on the latest car that came out. You might get one or two in the mix, you know. And so now the way I set it up now going forward, like I said, it's gonna be branded racing. We're gonna have Ford. It could be, and then once I get all the cars out there branded racing, then I'll start doing matchups like, you know, the classic Ferrari against Ford, right? you know, I'll start
Right. Right.
those battles and stuff like this gazillion content. And I've also got a whole bunch of the nano, not random, what do you call it? Let me show it to you right quick. Hold up.
Sure.
Let me show you real quick here.
All
I
right.
got a lot of these. I've been picking up a lot of the micro machines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been picking up a lot of micro machines because I have a track set up here in my rec room where it's just a 4 feet of track of I call it Drag City, and they actually run on the track and cross over the 3D bot maker finish line really good.
Wow.
So I'm gonna do a micro machines races. Actually, when I start racing again, I'm gonna knock these out because I got a lot of these. Because micro machines now is back to licensing. So they got the Bugattis, they've got the Camaros, the Fords. They're back to officially licensed cars. So
Nice.
that's really good. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. So like, this is one of the Bugattis right here. In this package, just picked this up last weekend
Hold on. Let
actually.
me see. Like, close spot it. There we go. Is that a bike on top? Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, yeah, that's the Bugatti. And then the other one here, you got these right here. It's a little Chevrolets, nothing special, but I've got a whole bunch. So I've got Bugattis, and I've got the what do you call them? McLaren S20s, micro machines, and it's just so cool. And I got some trailers, long trailers, with the little NASCARs coming out of them too that they fit. So I'm gonna have some fun with the small track, getting back into it again. Bringing the studio lights for it and getting those races out, so you be able to, have fun with those. And I buy figurines, the little 1/64 scale
Yeah.
figurines. I've got a lot of those now. I've got a lot from this guy named Orlando Pacheco. He's on Facebook. He
Hmm.
does but he bakes a lot of them, and gets them out, paints them and everything. He's got characters. He's got Knight Rider. He's got Dukes of Hazard cars. If you want to go that way, he's got like Cheech and Chong. He's like he makes like so much cool stuff. You got to grab it, and
Does
the characters kind of add a
the
dynamic to your racing to tell a story. You don't need it, but it's
uh-huh.
kind of cool if the garages, like I have some of like the garages and all that kind of stuff, and you could have a little storyline going. Um, but yeah, one thing I'm going to do different too is I'm not going to do. I used to do like 16 cars, blah blah blah. But it just takes a lot longer to do. The 4 car formula. I'm going to go smaller. With the races, so they're shorter to watch. Instead of 8 to 10 minutes or 12 minutes or 15. If you get a race under seven, it's about 7 minutes. You get it all in there, and you get more people watching too. And and it's just like a little tighter, tighten up the content a lot. I mean, I know people love watching, the longer race. People watch it as long as entertained, as long as you're not just playing music the whole time. You've got to be able to talk too. Because I remember that's what 3D Bot Maker would say. He was like, "Hey man, you know what? You got to inject yourself in the videos too." You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. People just don't want to see the music in the cars, which is fine if you're shy. You don't want to do it. You know what I mean? I get it. I mean, I appreciate just just those kind of videos too. You know, I like all kind of diecast racing. To be honest, I don't care if it's all flashy or not. My stuff's not super flashy. It's good quality, but it's not like super flashy. There's some people out there, I've seen, um, who just have, the camera on their phone, and you see videotapes in the background because there's some old school racers I've seen out there. I forget there's one I subscribe to,
Yeah.
and he really just has beer cans in the back, and he got VHS tapes and Xbox in the back, and he's got this straight track. He has the camera where it starts uh from like from here, and you see as the cars go down, and the finish line clicks over like the old school finish line, and the thing falls over to let who win the flag. He's got like the old school track,
Yeah.
but he's funny just listening to, even though you can't even tell who won, you know. But it's just like, but I
Oh
love
man.
I love all kind of diecast racing. I like it if it's fancy, if it's not fancy, if the person is entertaining me. I'm all for it. I just love it. The fact that people just do it and how they do it in their backyards too. Like you got the rogue racer. He's out in his backyard, racing it through the grass, and stuff on the tracks, and
Yeah.
he's the mask on and he's wearing the gloves, so you don't know what he looks like. It's like
Yeah.
he creates his own character. Um, you got like, oh man, Chaos Canyon's good too. I like them. They used to have the where they do their races is homemade tracks too. It was very well done.
Yeah.
Commentator, one man, you know, and then he also do other reviewing other shows that people don't really get to see, and that was cool too. He would do mine as well too. Later on down the line, and he just give love to people in the diecast because it's a community thing. Everybody loves these little cars. Like here's one right here. Did you guys see this one yet? This is the
Let's see here.
one of our exclusives, the Lamborghini.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
that new one.
the
Yeah. That one's dope.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like it. It's pretty beautiful. That's a
I'm
nice
wait.
ride.
I'm waiting for
Huh?
the blue one, man. I'm waiting for the blue one. It's the same
Yeah,
model and everything.
we're not gonna see that till next year, but we are gonna get it. Yeah. How
Yeah,
many
you
did you
know
get?
what? I bought two of that green one and two of the blue ones. But you know what?
Okay.
yeah, I mean, supposedly that car, the one we just got, that the green Lamborghini, we were supposed to get those next year, around the middle of next year as well. And I
Oh,
was surprised. I mean, I got it pretty quick because I mean that's what Mattel said. Okay, I mean it's pre-order, right? So I
right.
mean we're not going to start shipping them out until sometime in the middle of next year. So when I got it within a 2 weeks time, so I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked myself. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right. Yeah, the blue ones, when we get that one, that's gonna be amazing too. I bought yeah, I got one for me, one for a friend, and then I got a third one. And later on I ordered a third one because I'm gonna go to my boy Alex's spot and use that as a trade for something that he has over there. I don't even know what it is. I just know he always has something cool. And
Right, right.
he'll give me more value than what I paid for it because
Okay.
he knows the cars are hard to get. So he's always telling me, "Hey man, if you get any RLC cars, man," he goes, "I got the customers out there who want it, and I'll pay you a fair trade because I'm gonna get mine on the other." I was like, "Okay, that's cool." So, you know, so this time I actually ordered an extra one. So I go over there and I've got me a day. I'm not spending money in his house. I'm just trading. you know, and that Lambo will go for a nice chunk of there over there. So that's a good piece right there to have. Also, he knows I got that Honda S2000, the gold one. The
Oh,
paying the yeah, to our boy passed away. So yeah, it's
oh,
like
man, sorry to hear that.
yeah, I know, right? Because he's working for Hot Wheels Forever, right? Making all those amazing castings and stuff like that, and it has his license plate on the back of the car and stuff. And,
Oh, Rio,
yeah,
yeah, Rio Sada, yeah.
yeah, real. Yes, I couldn't think of his name right there, but yeah. So I got that one. That people. He has his face on it and everything. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Do I have it right here in case no one's seen it? Let me see here. If I have it easily attainable. Oh, here I do. Here it
Yeah.
is. Here, right here.
Oh, nice, brother.
Yep. You guys
You know,
see that?
hold on, let me give you a solo spot.
All right. There it is right there.
Hold
Still
on.
in the actual
Oops. There it is.
shoot.
Gotcha. What
Yes,
number
this
did you get?
let me see here. This thing is all it's all in this data. It's kind of hard to see it with this it's got this
Oh, gotcha.
shiny oh, I
Oh,
got
okay.
15 we have 15,451 out of 3,000 or 30,000 or something. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That thing was hard to see, man. It's got that this shiny glimmery what do you call it? The hologram.
Yeah, the holographic sticker. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I totally missed out on that one, man. I mean,
Really?
yeah, that's one of the castings I really wanted, that one, and I wanted the Skyline as well, the one that sold after that one.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I totally, got screwed on that one. I guess all the bots, were trying to make it difficult for people to get it. So I made it to where I was in the checkout line,
Right.
and then when I got to the point where it asked for the payment information, it didn't even give me a chance to hit pay or buy or whatever. When I got the
Oh,
notification, sold out. I'm like, dang it.
does anybody have the old school Zamac right here? The McLaren Senna?
I believe I have, yeah, I believe I have that one. I haven't found any Zamex in the stores in a while, bro. I mean, last time I found some was back in 2019, so it's been a minute,
Okay.
man. Yeah, they've been,
Yeah.
yeah, those are hard to find as well.
Yeah, they are. I got mine off of eBay seller actually. No, I just bought a couple of them. One to race and one to put in the case, and one to collect. It's like, and it was
Yeah,
yeah, race. That's why I think I always go one to race, one to collect at least, right? And then if there's a bonus, then okay, cool. But yeah, that's kind of like my rule, you know. Like I just some people like you see Peak Time Racing when he does his peg hunt videos. He's like, "Yeah, man, I love this one car so much. I've got 15 of them." You know. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm like I'm good. I don't need that many. I
Yeah.
don't need that many.
Yeah. I mean,
There
yeah.
are
I mean,
casting it, but
yeah. Yeah. I mean,
so
I think, I think three is enough. Like you said, one to crack open, another one to keep carded, and another one to just keep it there in case somebody needs it. You put it up for trade or whatever. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
In
but 50,
reality, you probably just
yeah,
need four of them. Maybe four. One to race, right? Maybe one to put in your case, right? Three, like you said, to collect. Four if you want to mod it, right? So you might want to rip one up and mod it. You know what I'm saying? And repay. So at least
right,
no more than four, right?
yeah,
It's like
yeah, 15. That's crazy, brother. That's way, that's a tad too much, don't you think?
yeah, yeah, I see it though, man. Some people, man, they just like tons of the rides. I'm like, okay, unless you're a reseller, I get like down the line. So that's the only exception. If you might think later down the line you're gonna have a tight spot and you're gonna have a sell off, then that's cool, right? You know, like I have a store. You remember I told you I had all the extra cars, right? That would come from
Hmm.
the cases. So it got some point like I was just tired of trying to find people to give it away. So I went on eBay and I created an eBay store. It took me like 2 hours, took all the pictures of it, write the descriptions down, took the photos up, and it's been like maybe a year and a half now. I'm still selling those cars on eBay right now, and I'm not gouging nobody. Like I think the highest car on there is like $8.99. You know what I mean? Like I've got loose cars on there too, like some of the Honda Civics. I had a run on Honda Civics. I had 20, 10 blue and 10 black, and it seemed like all of a sudden they were just selling like this within days of each other. Blue and black, they were all loose, new. They're all new and loose because I picked those. You know how the loose packs you get, the 9 packs and stuff, and it was just getting them. And I bought some from a guy who was selling loosely. He had bidding, and I got them, for like a couple bucks. Like, and so I would just put. I said I was gonna put them all up on eBay, and it was like I don't know if people were customizing them or what, but I had a run on Honda Civics. I only have one blue Honda Civic left loose on my eBay store, and then there was a run on one of the spy cars from the Netflix series, I guess.
Oh, the spy
The
racers.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
spy
spy
racers. Yeah,
racers, and then the big trucks, like the big 4x4s. Like people were wanting to buy those. A lot of ladies were combining from their husbands who actually own, the Dodge trucks or whatever they wanted. So it's weird. Sometimes
right.
there's a run on specific model of a car, you know. But yeah, my store is up there. If you guys are ever looking up there, it's like mine's easy to spy. It's a Skorpio, Love Smith. So yeah, but it's cool
Gotcha.
though. I love it. It's just fun side stuff, and it's like people buy a car they want, but that's where I put it there. Like I don't go out and buy cars and sell them. That's just leftovers from all the cases I had cracked. You know what I mean? So I said, hey, just make a store, and they'll eventually. All right, so um,
Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, I've heard of some people. I don't know if you're familiar or acquainted with Matthew on Cars. All he does is he showcases cars that he gets. He buys straight out of distributors like One Stop, Diecast, A&J Toys, and stuff like that. So sometimes he gets triplets or quadruplets. Like this a recent video he posted, he said he got back-to-back quadruplets. I forgot what casting it was, but yeah, I mean, I could see why some people just they just want to get rid of it. um yeah, so I mean, if you trade them for, at least if you're gonna sell them, sell them for, don't don't jack up the prices, to the point where it's like, okay, come on, dude. I mean, this card is like $1. I mean, sell
yeah,
it for a reasonable price. Try to use them as trade bait is what I prefer to do. Trade bait,
right,
or if you have extra, do there's like a toy drive or whatever, give them away and stuff like that. So it's been a minute since you've done like a community day, right? I mean, I think you've only had it like a couple of times or one time, like during COVID.
Yeah, yeah. I think I did twice.
I think, yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, I think I mean, kids were stuck at home for a long time, and I think
Yep.
it's cool that you took it upon yourself to, okay, let me do a little something for the kids in my community. So you went out there and you held that little event. You were giving away cards and stuff like that. That's why I reached out to you and like, hey, man, I know it's hard for one person to be forking out the money to be buying all these cars. So like, I'm gonna help you out with some cars, man, and maybe you could use them as as prizes, like in your
Eh,
future community day events and stuff like that. So
I still have in there. I have some of those cars still. I have the prize box of cars to do that. Because obviously as things kind of slow down, people going out in. But I think what I want to do is, oh yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Beto, man. He helped me. He got the bug in me to do the races too, because he used to go to Treasure Island in San Francisco and set up.
oh, nice.
They'd have this big old, I forget what they call it. I forget the name of it, but think of it as like a big outdoor like flea market, right? Treasure Fest. It was
Hmm.
Treasure Fest. People will come out
Oh, okay.
or whatever Hot Wheels. He had a stand on Hot Wheels, a 60-foot track or a 50-foot track. It was like super long and cars. People could buy cars for $3-4 or whatever, and then they race it down this track, and so I'd help them out. And then I had caught the bug that way too before I even knew there was a channel actually. I was like, this is so much fun, man. And
Right.
people would love it. And then so yeah, he definitely put a fire into me. It's like this is cool. And then I'd help him out, selling some cars for him at a stand. And then in the day, he'd be like, hey man, pick up some cars, take home, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool. And yeah, so yeah, I think that was my true start is going to him with his flea market, to do Treasure Island. That was just so much fun. Kids and adults alike, faces would just light up. And they start betting on the races too, like it was a horse or something. Like some people like start betting, oh that casting right there is fast, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I have to give for hot because a lot of times the older castings were winning because they're metal, like the Ferrari F40, right? Or you
Yeah.
take was any of those older castings, and they were just heavy metal. But they got newer cars that are fast now too. Like some of the Kia Stingers are very quick. Some of the trucks, the Ford F-150s that came in that 5-pack, especially that one was been super fast, dominating. So it's not about because they're heavy and metal now. Because as you know, they only do mostly half metal, half plastic for the dollar cars, right? Unless you're gonna,
Right.
if you want metal, buy more expensive cars and switch out the wheels. But they've got a lot of cars now that just right off the packaging is just as fast as those older cars, beating the Ferrari F40 is no longer going to be always winning now.
Yeah, yeah,
So
especially if you get the like the orange track or the diecast with the orange wheels on them. Those are like ideal for the track. You get one of those, man. I mean, those cars. I don't know how they engine the car, but I mean, those cars are super fast. And as a matter of fact, a while back ago, my boy Mustang Hunter. I don't know if you know who he is. He just
you say
started Mustang Hunter.
Mustang Hunter? Okay, I think I
Mustang Hunter
have heard that. That
diecast.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, Mustang Hunter diecast. Yeah, I mean, he started off doing peg hunts, and then he eventually transitioned into like doing races and stuff like that. So he had this thing where you send him a car, you send him a racer car, and he'll race it against other people who send him race cars and stuff like that. Or you could make suggestions like, okay, here's my racer. I would like to see this car. I would like to see you race this car against, let's say, a Ferrari or a Dodge Viper or something like that. And he'll do things like that. But yeah, he just he's been doing it for, I want to say, about a good 3 months. So I mean, yeah, I mean it's fun. It's definitely it's not something that I would that I see myself doing, but I do enjoy the content. Absolutely. Only because it takes a lot of time to like you said, setting up the track, and the camera has to be yeah, I mean, getting those angles to get to get the car to so to get the camera to focus on the cars racing and stuff like that, going through the tracks and stuff like that. So I assume that's a very tedious, and it can be frustrated sometimes. I bet you've had to race the cars multiple times, right? Because something goes wrong, or the track is off, or something.
Well,
So it can
the
get
only
pretty
time, the only
frustrating
time,
sometimes.
yeah, the only time I've done that is if I saw the track kind of separated and the cars didn't get a fair shake. You know what I mean? But usually
Right.
crashing part of it. You know, sometimes you just gotta like just go with the flow. Oh, that car crashed out. Oh well, this car wins. It wasn't the fastest car probably, but crashed out. And if you're doing the figures in the hospital, you got the ambulance. You bring the ambulance in, and then you got the little figurines of the little doctors and all that. You just make something out of it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, oh, they crashed out. That's sad. You got the tow truck. You right. You put the little tow truck and little flip fish line and roll the tow truck out with the car on it.
Yeah.
So that's what you do with that, because it would drive you bananas if you just refilmed it and perfect. You know what I mean? So pretty much, I used to kind of like try and go. I said, you know what? This is not realistic racing. I'm going to give them the real deal. Let them know who's really winning, what happened. You know what I mean? So if a car doesn't finish, sometimes a car won't even finish your layout. And so
Yeah.
you just kind of go, okay, whatever car gets closest to the finish line is going to be the winner. But yeah, I won't retake the races that do it, because I want people to get a real outcome. So they know, it's like, oh, maybe this particular track isn't good for these cars, because I do different tracks, right? I got the fat track versions. I also got the mag track from 3D Bot Maker when he made that. And of course, I got the 6-lane. And then I got a 2-lane setups too, and the loops. I had this big, huge loop I'm going to do again. I
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Those are unpredictable. You don't know who's going to make the loop, because pre-testing it, it's pre-test. You could pre-test it if you wanted to, but it kind of takes the joy out of it. You kind of want to see what's going to happen here. Are these cars going to make it? Like, you would never put a lowrider in a loop. You just know it's not going to make it. It's going to go
Right.
boop. So yeah, but it's fun. And I just tell my advice to anybody who's doing any kind of racing, no matter what your budget is on terrain and background, is please, whenever you do, get a close up of the cars. If it's just a photograph, so people know what is racing. A lot of times people pull up a car like, here I got a car here. Probably I can pull up. There we go. Some people might pull this car up right here, and they go, "All right, guys, so this is the car that we're gonna race today." Yep, but and you just like, what car was that? So I advise, get it to the camera, right? Snap it, boom. At least snap one side. If you don't do anything else, if you're lazy, you just don't want to do it, just snap at least one picture of the car, so they know it's racing. And if you're not gonna get close on the car on the track, say what lane it's in, because if you get that helicopter view so high up in the air, and it's blurry, right? Because some people's phones shoot with their phones, and they don't have the settings right. Like, if you're shooting on your phone, there's settings in the camera settings for video. You can set it on at least 60 frames per second. Don't put it on 30, because you're gonna get that real blur lag going on. So set it on at least 60. And most phones now have 120 frames per second. And then you can cut that 120 frames per second down, and it won't blur it, so you can slow the action down, because the cars are fast. It's like 2 seconds, boom, they're done, right? So, but you want the
Yeah.
race to look, slow it down so people can enjoy the race, you know.
Hmm.
So at least, and then go to the finish line too. Go down to the finish line with the cameras. They're stopped. They're dead. They're done, right? So go there and pick the car up, or get close to and be like, oh, so the Escort, the Mitsubishi, the Mitsubishi Eclipse won, the police car won. So, because some people that watch your channels are blind, and some people, like, they like to hear it, like, like they hear the game, right? When you hear radio, you hear the baseball game. Some people are still about old school; they listen to games or whatever. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing. So just give your audience all the cues they need. Say the left lane, say it's in the right lane, say you switch the lanes. You know what I mean? Say the name of the cars. You know, if you can. It's like, yeah, I've got the Mitsubishi in the left and I've got the Ford Mustang in the right. All right, guys, let's see. Boom, and hit it, and or at least put it
Yeah.
up on the screen, which cars or which side, you know, and it just kind of helps people. Try and help people cues so they know who won and stuff. And sometimes if a car does it cross the line at the same time and you can't make it out, just try and rewind your recording a little bit to see, slow it down with your finger, on the reel, see one, so you get a fair shake. People out there who are serious, the race is so serious, like, no, the other car won, like that, and they get all upset about it, they serious. So you always want to try, give the cars a fair race, right? So
Right.
best out of three, usually that's the way to go. One and dones are cool too. If you just don't want to be bothered, it's like, hey, whatever car crosses first, that's the winner. My
Right.
advice is just make sure your races are fair. And if you see one lane is faster than the other, then try and tweak the lane out. And if you can't, because sometimes you just can't, then that's just what it is. Just tell the people that, hey guys, I noticed the left lane's faster, so they're both are gonna win. Like some cars will win on each side, right? So what I do is I roll a dice. Usually I have a dice. Those cars, the see me rolling guys. Remember those? You seen those
Okay.
cars called see me rolling, and they have
Yes.
dice
Yes.
in the middle. And so I roll them down the track, and if it's a 7 or 11, right, then they're gonna stay in the same lane. And if it's any number, then we switch the lanes, and that's just how it's gonna
Right.
be, you know,
Got it.
because and that's it. So, come up with some rules, your own rules. Come up with your own stuff. Maybe you have a wheel like Hot Wheels Calgary. He used to have a wheel when cars were just matched in the same lane. He goes, "Okay, we're gonna spin the wheel," and then if it lands in the same lane or whatever, he did it. So everybody has their own thing. Or some people do averages. If you have timers, like timing, the cars are timed. Then sometimes they go by the average. Well, this average time was this, so that's going to be our winner. You know what I mean? So, there's
Right.
all
Right.
different kind of ways to do it. So I like I
Yeah.
like doing it my that way.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's
So what about yourself?
it's amazing, man. I mean, some people go all out, especially the people who do like the NASCAR races. I mean, like they go like all out. Like the commentators, they announce they just put everything out there, every detail about the car, who the driver is, who the car maker is, how much the car weighed, and all that stuff, man. And the scenery, and some people, they make like I don't know, man. It's just very, very cool the way they do it. I mean, they just go all out, and I think the people who put in the effort and the time to make these races, diecast races, as realistic as possible are the ones who are most successful. Not that the other content creators who don't do that aren't as entertaining, but I mean, of course, the more you put in, I mean, the more success you're going to have, obviously. You froze up, brother. Hey, Scorpio, I think you froze up, brother. Can you hear me? All right, I think yeah, I think Scorpio froze up a little bit. In the meantime, let's see if he could let me see. Let me remove him. Gonna remove him and then see if I could bring him back in. Let's see if we could bring him back in. All right, guys. Apparently, he's having some technical difficulties, so I'm gonna. Oops. No, I'm not gonna do that. Let me catch up with the comments. Hopefully, we could get my boy Scorpio back in. So, what's up, Eddie? What's up, Superbird Diecast? Bog, how's it going, brother? Derek, what's cracking, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. What Tony, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Dane Self, thanks for tuning in, brother. Osvaldo, Scorpio, some words and the expressions of those. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Oh,
Am I
okay,
back?
yes, you're back.
All right. Cool.
All right, brother.
I went and
Yeah,
adjusted
man.
some of my Wi-Fi was switched over to another Wi-Fi. So I have
Oh, okay.
two Wi-Fi hubs in the house, and so it was on
Oh,
my
okay.
living room version one. So yeah, so I should be solid now.
Okay, cool.
So what is it? What is the
Yeah, man.
community saying about it?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I was just saying that I find it amazing how some people who do like racing, they have racing content, how they go all out, when they do their videos, like the whole scenery, the
Oh yeah,
commentators and all that stuff, man. Especially the guys that do that race the NASCARs. That's awesome, man. Like wow, like
yeah. Foray is the only one I really seen do the NASCAR. Was you talking about him?
well, he's one of them, but I mean, there's a few other ones that do something similar, but it's
Yeah,
not. I mean, it's still cool, but it's not. They don't go as in into
in depth.
that much detail, into depth, like this guy. So, I think I think it's it's awesome. Like I said, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I probably would never go into into doing races content, because I know it takes a lot of work.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot of work. It's fun. There's some people who channels though that I kind of wonder what happened to him though. There was like Toon Track Racing. He was out there for a while and he was raising money to help his son Jason. With what they're supposed to be like. People were tuning in and doing a Patreon thing or whatever. And he just disappeared like out of nowhere. Like it's been like 5 months, 6 months, or a year or something. So it's like, where'd he go? You know, it's like, yeah, some channels just disappear, and you're like, where'd they go? I think you should at least say something to your subscribers that spent all this time with you. If you're gonna take off, even with mine, I say, hey guys, I'm taking a break. There's a video that says that. I'm taking a little bit of break. You know,
yeah,
give a little update or something. You just can't leave them high and dry. Unless you're,
yeah,
other than that, I think you owe them
yeah.
something.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I mean, I hope everything's okay. Hopefully, he's still with us and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I understand. I'm sure we all understand that things happen, and we're not able to post some new content out there. But like you said, I mean, if you can, as a courtesy to your subscribers, you should make a video and say, hey, I'm going to be taking a break. Blah 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 blah, just so that
Exactly.
people know, that you're okay, that you'll be back eventually, or what have you. So
And I think one thing is important wherever you race, whoever's doing content out there, just always race the race that you want to see. You know, like sometimes it takes a minute to get there. like I told you guys how it took me a while. I was racing this random cars till I got busted out, and then now I'm looking forward to first I'll do the micro minis, micro machines, and then I'm gonna do the races I've always wanted to do. Which is all branded races, and that's it. And I love that. I've been looking forward to that. Hopefully everybody out there,
right.
to do that. Because you got to think of what you want your race to be. You know what I mean? Like, how do you want to set up? Who's your audience for it? Are you looking for people who love the real cars, or do you want people who love the fancy cars? Because if you mix the two together, you're not gonna really, your channel is not gonna have its own statement. You know what I mean? It's because there's a
Hmm.
lot of people who go, oh man, I just want to see the real cars. And some people do love the fantasy cars, and then that's where you go to race grooves or something like that. You know what I mean? Because he pretty much
Right.
does mostly fantasy cars. Whatever he gets, that's it. He races all of them. Um, so yeah, just find your niche out there, what you like to do, what you want to race, because you'll get people who are chiming in on your channel. Why don't you do this, and the other? And they don't even have a channel. So they're like, why don't you get a channel and then you can race what you want to race? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So uh, suggestions are great. I don't mind that. I don't mind a suggestion. Like someone says, "Hey, you know what? I was wondering if you had Volkswagen Beetles against Volkswagen Vans. That would be kind of cool." And you're like, "Hey, you know
Right.
what? That's not a bad. He's not telling me what to do. It's just a suggestion of maybe a race they want to see. I'm down with that.
Right.
You know, head-to-head races. What do you want to see? Do you want to see some jumps? Maybe like, hey, can you make them jump? That'd be kind of cool. You know, so those are fun. Just have fun with it. They are toys, right? We're playing with toys. So don't serious, right? Some people take it way too serious. Like, dude, these are our toys. So, you gotta have fun with them. We're having fun with our
Abs-
toys as adults, you know what I mean? So it's like,
absolutely.
enjoy what you do,
Absolutely.
enjoy what you do, no matter what it is, right? No matter
Exactly.
what it is.
Exactly. I think a lot of people,
What
us content creators get before we start or we're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, we get caught up in the whole in that fear factor, right? And the what if people make fun of me? What are people going to say about me? What if I don't what if I don't make a breakthrough? What if I fail? Well, I mean, if you fail, at least you tried, right? I mean, some of the most successful people in the world, I mean, you think they never failed? Everybody fails, man. I mean, and it's part of, you have to take failure as a success, because that, those failures, is what molds you to be, who you are. They help you grow, and you learn and you grow. I mean, it's like a child growing up, right? I mean, but when they're learning how to walk, I mean, how many times do they fall before they actually can, stand up, sustain themselves and just walk on their own? It's like everything else in life. What do you think, brother? Oops, you're freezing up again. I can't hear you, brother. No audio. Hello? Can't hear you, dude. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, brother, but we okay. Yeah, here we go. Looks like our buddy's having some issues. Hey, what's up, Hector? Let me get to some of these comments. Rico Bobby, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Eddie Grijalba, what's up? Oh, here he is. Hello? Let's see. Try to bring you back. Hello? Let me see. Yeah. We still can't hear you, bro. No audio. Yeah, bro, we can't hear you. I don't know what's up. Let's see. Try to come back in. All right. See, man, technology is great when it works. When it doesn't, it really sucks, man. Look, my boy, he's having some problems. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Okay. No, still nothing. No supers. Send the link again. Okay. Copy. Okay, so it looks like Scorpio's going to try to reconnect. He's been having some problems with his router or what have you. But yeah, guys, I mean, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Right now we're just getting a different perspective from a different type of content, other than this is more on the racing side as opposed to. Oops, looks like he's there. We go.
Houston, Houston, do we have audio?
Yes. All right, we're good.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Streaming, right?
Yeah,
Monitors,
yeah. Technology is great when it works, and when it doesn't, it sucks.
right?
What can we do, man?
No, no, we can't. But yeah, no, we were talking about
So
failures
for
and stuff. I was talking
yeah.
about the
Oh yeah,
Golden
yeah,
State teams. Sometimes Steph Curry, he's the star of that team. Sometimes he has a really bad night. You know what I mean? But it's sometimes, and most time he's great. But we all have our ups and we have our downs. And with starting a YouTube channel, particularly to Diecast Racing, is yeah, I didn't know how I was gonna do on it. You know what I mean? It's like I just did it, and I got advice from other people. Just like, hey, do some editing. I love watching you, but 30 minutes is a bit much. So it's like,
yeah.
so you like okay, then you just kind of you got to feel for what you want to race. There's so much castings out there. You got to figure out what kind of track do I want. Do I, what can I do that's comfortable for me that I can break down and put together, and you know, you make your content your way and you just keep growing. And then, one day if you get a spot where you can dedicate just to building a track the way you want, then that's cool. You'll have that. And then you just get the cameras and buy quality. I use GoPro when I shoot. When
Oh,
I, I
nice.
mean, I race. I use a GoPro and I run with it. I'm running with it. You know what I mean? I'm getting the angles and whatnot. And um, sometimes the way it is, sometimes you end up with more of a helicopter, but sometimes you get it down low. You know what I mean? And you just stick with it. So you get a good angle in the cars and make sure it's clear. People know what, like I said earlier, people know what you're racing. And storyline, if you want, make up a cool story. If you got this little figurines, or maybe not, it's up to you. That's the cool thing about it, right? It's how you want to do it. It's your channel. It's your cars. You're racing. If you only own 10 cars, and that's it, you can still have fun with them. You can put them in one of those crash
Exactly.
derby where they crash. It's like the cars, they go inside, and if they hit each other, they pop out. That's fun to do. I did that a couple of videos too, where
Right.
I put the cars in and see which one is gonna go and do it in slow motion though, slow the footage down, and then see when
Hmm.
they crash and fly out of the thing. That was awesome. Yeah, just have an amazing imagination, have fun with it, and um, there's a lot of racing channels out there now. Like there's so many, I don't even know them all. You know, what I mean, there's a lot out there
Right.
doing it. So you can't keep up with them all. You just keep up with your favorites. Everybody's busy now, back to work and stuff like that. And so and you subscribe to other things besides hobby channels anyway. It's
Yeah.
just do it for yourself, and sure you don't use copyrighted music so you don't get dinged on YouTube for a song.
Oh.
Because
Oh
they'll do
man.
that in a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, especially now that I don't know if you've seen those messages. Like before you, when you're getting ready to upload the video, you'll get that notification from YouTube. I mean, would you like YouTube to review the content before you actually, put it out there? So what they're doing is, they want to make sure that you're not using any copyrighted material. And if there's anything, if there is any copyrighted material, they'll let you know, and then you could edit the video and make any changes you want on YouTube Studio. So yeah, yeah, I've gotten nothing. Yeah, I've gotten like a little slap in the hand here and there, because I mean sometimes you wouldn't, like in my case, I do a lot of pet hunting videos, and some stores play the music loud, man, loud as hell. So I mean I do my best, especially Walmart, man. I mean they're probably the worst. Sometimes I do my best to to block it out with some other background music or what have you. But even then, I mean, YouTube still finds a way to. It's they still find it. They still capture that music or whatever. Copyrighted music and stuff. And you get those
Yeah.
notifications like, hey, this video is no longer being monetized, and if it is, that the the any monetization is going to go to the artist. Like, what? I think that kind, I mean, at least split it, because you're the one that did the work. I mean, yeah, I mean,
Right.
my bad for not for not doing a better job at hiding the music or whatever. But I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Music.
So they give you an option. You could either edit the video, or you could delete it. But you know what? I just leave them up, because I have like end screen videos as well. So I mean, when people finish watching any given video, they could click on any other video, and it's another view. So I mean, that I feel that helps me, it helps us as well. So yeah, yeah,
I
just
like
my boy
like
sport,
that
like
line
my
that you
boy.
use.
Go ahead.
Uh, oh no, I was saying I like that line you use when you're doing your pay cut video. It was like, let's check out this next disappointment. What do you say again? I love that.
Oh. Okay, so you know how Walmarts are notorious for scalpers, right? I mean, it's one of the worst stores to go and to find stuff, because a lot of scalpers go there. There's a lot of inside jobs, stuff like, it's very very hard to find stuff. So when I do find stuff, I get excited, because I'm like, wow, like that M2 chase I found not too long ago. I found it at a Walmart. So yeah, I refer to local disappointment. I refer to Walmart as local disappointments,
Love
because it's hard for you to find anything. Yeah. So yeah, that's what. When I shoot a video inside of
That's a
Walmart,
T-shirt.
I'm like, okay, yep. When I shoot a video inside of Walmart, like, okay, guys, let's see what they have at my local disappointment today. And sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I don't. For the most part, I
Yeah.
don't.
You
Because everything,
got
I've learned.
you gotta make.
I've learned that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm
Go
just
ahead,
saying you
brother.
gotta make a T-shirt or something like that says "local disappointment" and have a die cast
Oh,
casting.
oh,
You know?
hashtag local disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've
That's
learned that
awesome.
a lot of people here, they usually go, I want to say, about a half hour before closing, or they're there like at at least 20 minutes before the store opens. I'm like, I don't have time for that, man. I have other things I'd like to do. I like playing video games. I like watching sports, spending time with my family, watching movies. Whatever. I'm not gonna allocate all of my time just to one thing. I mean, I love the hobby. Don't get me wrong. And like I tell people, as I share in my videos all the time, and then my streams. I mean, yeah, I mean, if I get luck, if I go out there and hunt, if I find something good, great. If I don't, oh well. It's not that important to me. It's not essential. It's not something that I have to have. For me to pay my rent or feed my family, or it's not, dude. It's not that
Nah.
important. So
I
so
used to
some
be.
people. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I was gonna say when I first started, I remember I was like that. I was always out there. Oh my hunt, 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 hunt. It's like ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You don't. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people get to lose sight of what's important in life. Like you're hanging out with your family, and you even lose sight of who you are, because your grind is, okay. Wake up, go to hit as many stores as I can, and looking for that $1 car, right? That everybody wants, or $6 car, if depending on what it is, right? I mean, if that's your grind,
Yeah.
I'm not, dude. I mean, you got issues, man. I know people that have yeah, that have lost their wives, their families. Guy, lost his girlfriend. Dude, I mean, like I said, I
Oh,
mean,
funny.
I mean, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever. I mean, they'll tolerate it, but up to a certain point. But I mean, when you make it your top priority, and you start, spending less and less time with them, it's gonna get to a point where, they're like, okay, is this your priority? Then, I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. So.
For real. Wow. That's true.
Yeah, it's
Oh
crazy,
my god.
man.
Oh,
I
I
don't
have a
know. Yeah.
have you
I'm sorry,
found
go ahead.
have you found the Matchbox McDonald's kit out there yet? The McDonald's diorama made by
No, I have
Matchbox?
not. No, I have not.
Okay, I
Is
saw
it
it
new or?
back. Yeah, it's new. I heard it was coming out a couple months back. I don't know if it's out and just not out yet, or I just haven't seen it. But it looked pretty cool. It was a McDonald's drive up or something like that. I was like, oh, that's cool. I got to get it.
Yeah, I
You
mean, that's something
know,
that
I got to get that.
yeah, yeah, McDonald's is classic. That's something that I want to start to get into. I want to start buying some themed or livery uh diorama sets, so that I could take pictures with similar livery. Like I saw this really cool LED diorama Advan livery. So I mean, I have a lot of cars with that same livery, like this one. So I want to start,
Yeah,
taking some pictures, and just posting some videos. Just mix it up a little bit, and not just doing, like, peck on speck on speck on speck on. Because I think, it's good to mix it up a little bit.
yeah. No, it is. Yeah, it's always fun to have good ideas with your channel. Like sometimes I like the crack cars open and just put them inside the dioramas and show the car and weigh them, and then throw them
Yeah.
down the little short track. Just a nice little piece, right? You get to see it brand new in the package. You get to see it on the hydraulic lift like this.
Yeah.
These hydraulic
Yeah.
lifts, right? And you put the little car on, and then you take pictures of it, side back, and you have the little guy who's you got the little oil drum thing, and the guy
Hmm.
underneath it. Yeah, it's kind of fun way to do you know, like a little haul video or something. Just sometimes change it up. People like things changed up. That's, some
Exactly.
people like,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
but you
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. In my community, there's guys like Honest Diecast and Hewitt's Diecast and stuff like that. They started off as collectors and doing peg hunts and stuff like that. And now, they wanted to. They started doing customs, which is pretty cool too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with experimenting, trying new things, and hopefully you have the same success, if not more, doing customs and stuff like that. Because this is it's a very competitive space. I think there's more and more people doing what we do. In your case, the racing; in my case, pet hunting, customizing, and what have you. So if you don't if you don't find your angle, man, I mean, you could, or if you don't switch it up a little bit, I feel like, people were like, this is just another pet cut video or whatever. I mean, I think people want to see something new, or at least, if you go out. In my case, if you're doing pet hunt videos, make sure that you show people something, something new. Don't be, like, oh, nothing new, and then upload a video. People want to get, I want people to feel just as excited as when I did, when I found, the new set of premiums, or super treasure hunt, or chase, or whatever. So yeah, mix it up a little bit.
Your ch- helped me a lot because there's when I watch it, I don't know a lot of stuff that's out there. And I'm like, oh, that's out there. All right, now I know what they're for. And then if I find a store, go on eBay. I'll give my little extra money for it. You know what I mean? Because I like cool. I think one of them was a Night Rider. You showed a Night Rider car. Yeah, you showed the Hot Pursuit 2 that was out, and then you showed the other one, the Kit. It was Kit, the newer Kit
Oh,
car.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
I actually
Kit.
found it in the store. Yeah, it was a Night Rider Kit car. So I ended up finding both of those. You showed the new Hot Pursuit
Mhm.
version and the Kit one. I found those awesome. At first, I didn't find the newer one, so I ordered it through eBay, and then I got it and saw it in the stores, and I grabbed it in the store for a collect piece, throw it in my little collection. But yeah, so you help so much. You see stuff you wouldn't see because I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was out there. Okay, cool. Now I know what to look for. Or if I can't find it, then if no one's, gouging me on eBay for it, I'll just buy it off of there. But this the point is that
Uh-oh. We're losing you again. Okay.
watching yeah, it's good to see you doing that.
Yeah,
It
like I said,
helps. It helps.
yeah. Like I said, I mean, not everyone, not everyone is after, super treasure hunts and stuff like that. So that, I like to, some people like collecting pop culture stuff, like the Disney Marvel cars, stuff like that. So that's why, when I go out and I see something new, I share it so for other viewers to see what's out there. It's like, whoever's interested, look, you know, these castings are hitting. Go out there, look for them, and for the most part, they should be pretty fine because not the scalpers don't go for those like the Jurassic Parks, cars of the world, the Disney cars and stuff like that. They don't go for those. They go for the main prize, right? So or the hot cars. Those are the cars that they go for. So there's different types of collectors out there, and that's why I like to share what I find. And people, like yourself and many others have thanked me for it. Like, oh, I didn't know that these cars were out there. Thank you for showing that. Because a lot of people, a lot of content creators that do peg hunts, they just focus on oh, I found five super treasure hunts and three chases and stuff. They focus mainly on that. They don't show like the whole picture. What else is out there? Some people like collecting bigger scale cars, like the 124s or the
Yep.
133s. So that's why I like to share. Some people like collecting motorcycles. Which I've shown as well. The Harley Davidson motorcycles by Maisto, I believe. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like there's different types of collectors out there, and I think it's good to I feel it's good to share. So
You're right, and it's amazing. Thank you for having your channel and having me today as a guest on there. It's been an awesome pleasure. I appreciate it.
yeah,
Is
man,
it
thank you
any
for
or anything? Any other questions you have or
just tell us about your passion for dancing, man. I mean, how did that start?
it just started because I was watching a lot of dance videos, in movies and dancing, and I want to get into that because I used to get into bike riding, BMX trick riding, and
Oh yeah.
then I saw, but even rain and stuff like that, and you can't practice anymore. You get hurt too when the pedals swing around and you miss the trick and it hits you in the shin or somewhere else, and you're like, ah. But dancing
Yeah,
is more
somewhere else.
take anywhere. Yeah, yeah, take it anywhere. And the breaking and stuff like that. Obviously, you get more prone to injury. But hip hop, pop locking, and you know, throwing modern styles into it, just keeping up with it. I love it because the music. Music really is what it is. It's the music, all the beats that you hear. There's all kind. You've got like everything from you got rap music, some beats. You got the electric dance music, right? That's amazing stuff. You got the techno music. You've got classic jazz. I mean, you've got like all this different kind of genres of music, and they all move you differently. You should never be moving the same way to different beats. I see that sometimes dancers like, no, 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 you're not dancing, you're just moving. I was like, when you dance, You don't sit there and 5, 6, 7, 8 it. You listen to the drum, you listen to the snares, you listen to electronic parts. If it's electronic music, you listen to all the riffs and stuff like that. And you got to feel those beats and vibes and roll them, ride with them, And I love the expression of it, and you get a good workout. You're sweating at the end of it like you've been in the sauna, right? And you build
Yeah.
muscle as well and stuff. And then you got community too, right? Just like the diecast community, you know, we all in it
Hmm.
together for we all love diecast. Same with dancers. You have ciphers with other dancers, you get to vibe with other people. Anything that brings people together is a good community. You get like-minded people, right? Together. And you get that with dance, any hobby, obviously, right? You get people hang together who are into the same thing. And so I like all that combined into it. I think that's why I was attracted to the diecast community because it reminded me of like, oh, this person loves it. He's like, you got the whole age range, right? It's like you got senior citizens, and you got young kids, and you got everybody in between loving these diecast cars, right? Same with dance, the same way. You got everybody across the border loving it and can do it, right? So it's kind of cool because everybody can do these as well, right? Everybody can get into the diecast, everybody get into dance. So you're gonna see a range of experience, and you get to see people's passion. People light up and glow. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, and I see that you like to mix it up a little bit, bro. I mean, I see that that you bring in, a fresh and new, and you mix it up with a little bit of the old, like like the break dancing, the popping and locking that I used to see, that I grew up with, back in the mid '80s. I think that's awesome, bro. Oops, my board froze up again. Let's see. Let me post the link again. Hopefully, I could bring him back so that he could say his goodbyes. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see if we could get him back. Let me get back to these comments. Cecil, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Tony says, do you feel the best to my heart? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like my boy's still having some problems. So, anyways, hopefully we could get him back in here, just so that he could say his goodbyes. NS Black, throwing those peace signs out there. NS Black. Oh, there we go. There we go. You're back.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I mean, technology is great when it works. When it doesn't, it really, really, rear end. All right, brother.
Man.
So,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
I heard.
so that's awesome. Just
Yeah, no, I heard what you said about that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like to blend, like you said, the old and new and in between.
the old with the new.
Yeah, I call it urban modulation.
Yeah, that's awesome,
And,
bro.
yeah. All right. Well, I guess I should wrap it up before I get kicked out again.
Yeah, no, just to conclude, what advice do you give to people who post negative comments or hate comments on other people's content channels? What advice do you give?
Oh, to the content who's creator who's receiving it.
Yeah, like to the haters. Let's I'm sure we all get them. Like your channel sucks, or I mean, I get it. I mean, we're nobody's perfect, but I mean, if I think that if you're gonna post something, I mean, at least provide some constructive criticism, right? Okay, okay. In your opinion, it sucks. Okay, in your opinion, what could I've done better? What did be specific. Give me some constructive feedback. Don't just say, "Oh, this sucks," or "You suck because you took too many cars and didn't leave anything behind," or stuff like stupid things like that. What do you say to people like that? What's
Well,
your advice?
I think firstly, most people who are hating don't even have a channel. right? And so there's a lyric uh, from Ice T that I love a lot, and it's called. I think the name of the song is like "I Ain't New to This" or something like that. And then
Hmm.
somebody yells, "Yo, Ice T, you're played out," and he goes, "I may be out, but you never been in." So
Wow.
my advice to them is like, "Yo, I'm doing a channel you're not." It's like, and it goes to what you're saying. If you have something to say that's negative, you always should give a constructive criticism, like you said, not just be like, that sucks. Then you got to be like, you know what? If you're going to go that route, it's like, that sucks. You should have did like this. And at least then I go, okay. You know what I mean? But if you're just going
Yeah.
to leave a comment and bounce out, that's like sucker punching somebody. That's what that is. You
Hmm.
sucker punch and then you run out, right? You run away. So if if you can sit there and be bold enough to make a comment that is not necessarily favorable to my channel, then you should have, you know, the decency and whereabouts to say, hey, look, this is what you could do better. But the person who would tell you a good compliment of how to do it better, they wouldn't say it sucks anyway. They'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that was great. My suggestion, if you don't mind, would be this, or if you're up to suggestions." So the hater is not listening. They're just there to troll you and bounce out. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's almost no different than on your comment feed and you look and you see a link to a sex site. You know what I mean? It's like that's just as disrespectful to me too as anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, people. I mean, you're having a good conversation with the fellas. We're talking. It's all diecast, and all of a sudden, you see like unwanted or unsolicited, um, you know, um, comments or links or whatever. I'm like, where did this come from? We're talking about diecast here. What's up with this? Like, it's crazy, man.
yeah, for real. There's no room for the
Yeah.
haters, man. Just and if you receive one, just ignore it. Who cares about them? Because it's the same thing. Okay, there's movie stars and there's act singers and everything, right? And you always have someone says, "Oh, that artist sucks," but they are the minority because the majority obviously likes them because they wouldn't be where they are today if it wasn't for the majority. So the minority is they can have their opinions too, but they're not the ones that's making you successful. It's the majority. So someone's gonna always say that. You hear it all the time. You've heard, I don't like this artist, I don't like this actor, but unfortunately, the majority of the producers, the people who make these films, and the fans love this person more than you do. So that's why they're still on the screens, and that's why they're still in your ears and your music because the majority likes them. So it's gonna always be like that. Nothing's gonna ever change. So as much as you hate on something, if that person's still out there working, that means the majority likes them. So you just
Yeah.
gotta roll
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people, my subscribers. I'm like, look, I mean, don't focus on the haters because the number of subscribers that you have and the number of views is what dictates how your channel is doing. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, and even if you get a negative comment, I mean, it's still or comments, it still helps you out, right? I mean, even if you get a thumbs down because it counts as a view. So
Yeah. You're like, thank you.
so yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you hate it so much, then you took the time to watch my 10-minute video, 15-minute video. So thank you for watching. Even though you give my video a thumbs down. Thank you for watching.
Yep. They engaged.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Well, I also want to thank you, brother, because I know that when I started my channel, I was pretty new. I wasn't, familiar with the algorithm and stuff like that. So, I remember I reached out to you, and you welcomed me with open arms, and you helped me. You're like, yeah, man, I'll support you and this and that. And we've been friends ever since, man. I mean, we hit each other up on Instagram. I watch your videos when you post something, or even on Instagram. When you post your you're busting your moves out there. I always support you. So
Thank you.
yeah, if you ever want to get into podcasts, here I am. Just reach out, and I'll be your
Yeah,
first guest if you want.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
just
that'd be that would be kind of fun.
yeah, just
Oh man.
yeah.
Oh, if anybody in hold up, let me see here. If there's anybody, it's in San Francisco. The 17th dance show. I am in a lot of pieces. There's two different ones. One's with Strong Pulse, and the other one was Ultimate Alliance. It's gonna. I'm probably gonna post it on the Instagram anyway. So, but yeah, it's coming up December 16th,
Nice.
17th. So I'm excited, getting in shape for the show. So it's gonna be cool. On the picture, you can't really see it on here though. I'm, I'm on there at the bottom doing a freeze, and then on the other side,
Gotcha.
I'm here. But anyway, it's gonna be amazing and fun. I'm sure. I get to dance with my awesome peers and whatnot. And yeah, as far as diecast racing, I think I'm gonna do something in December. Come back in December, start racing again. If it's too hectic, then January for sure. But I
Nice.
just need the time off you know, just to chill because I was going pretty hard for a while for real. So that was a lot of work. But
Yeah.
I love it, and I'm gonna come up with a new format. Like I said, smaller races, and that way it's just better. You don't spend like 6 or 7 hours. Setting up and breaking down. And you did 140 cars, and you got to put all those cars away, and so now I've got a system, and I'm happy. So yeah, let's go. And you keep doing your
Yeah.
pay and keeping me informed and all of us about what's out there because I don't know because I'm not out there every day and checking it out. So your eye in the sky.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your support. I mean, you've supported me since day one. You've kind of promoted me on your channel when you've done your races. Much appreciated, brother. I'll never repay you for that, man. I mean, the only thing I could do is, do what we're doing now. Having you as a guest, introducing you to the people in my neck of the woods. Hopefully, they go to your channel, subscribe, and start supporting you as well. So, once again, brother,
And
thanks for some time with us here, and letting us know what's up. With what you do, what your content, and all that good stuff, man. It was definitely fun for sure. And I look
thank you.
forward.
I appreciate.
Hopefully, we can do it again, man. No, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, one last thing for people I want to say. Uh, Use your subscribers in the races if you can. Like randomly have people to say, "Hey, I'm having a driver race," and sign up for the race, and then put their names next to the Porsche or whatever. Say, "Hey, driving the Porsche is going to be this or that." They love that. Getting your community involved in the races and stuff. They really love that. That's kind of like an important thing to do for your subscribers. And then, if you're doing like 4 car races only, then you just go down the list, and eventually get to them all or put them all down. But okay, we're gonna do a tournament, blah blah blah. This is you got, Aaron going against Tom, and you know what I
Yeah,
mean. They just like people love hearing their name in the races and stuff like that, and it's cool. And then if you want to do giveaways, sometime you got some extra cars to give away. I've done that too, where I mailed the car off to the winner, you know. So
yeah. That's
or sent them the car that won if you have extras of it.
very cool, brother. One last question, and then I'll let you go. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start a YouTube channel? And what advice would you give those people who are second guessing themselves or had doubts about themselves, or what advice would you give them to overcome that fear factor or that what if factor?
Well, first, um, to make a successful channel, I think you do have to have your voice on it at least. So practice, you know, practice off camera, obviously, recording your voice or filming yourself. Filming yourself, like you know, you could be like say you have a car right here in front of you, like, hey, today I've got the Mitsubishi Eclipse police car, and it's going to be in the race today. We're going to have a downhill race, and it's going to be 15 feet. Just go over all the stuff that's going to be happening in the race and practice doing a commentary on it. Some people like to film first. Some people comment. I used to comment a lot as the race, was going while I'm doing it. I'm like, all right, guys, I've
Yeah.
got these cars at the starting gate right here. Let's see which one of these cars is gonna win. You never
Yeah.
know. So the Mitsubishi has one win. It just needs one more. All right, let's see what's gonna happen. On your mark, get set, and go. And they go, oh snap! Look at the cars up in the front. It's in the lead. Oh, the Mitsubishi just took right. Or some people are just more comfortable recording it in quietness and then talking over it later. You know what I mean? So find out what's going to work better for you, because you can do retakes, right? You could just totally retake, the verbal. You know what I
Right.
mean? So if you do it afterwards, then that way it'll come smoother to you. Maybe you made a mistake and called the wrong car. So I would say practice off camera, practice your setups off camera. When I say off camera, not your YouTube content. So before you get started, make sure you have a good car collection too going. You know what I mean? So because when you first start, you've got to put the content out a lot, so people don't lose interest and forget who you are. So make sure you got at least, I say, at least have like 100 cars. That's not hard to get them come by. They don't have to be brand new too. If you're on a budget, man, you can go to flea markets. You can go buy used cars. You know what I mean? They don't have to be new cars. Your channel
Hmm.
could specialize in diecast racing, cars. It don't matter, right? Just get some cars so you can at least come up with different types of races, and then ask your friends too. Make a little video, send it off to your friends. Say, hey, what do you think of this? You think, would you watch this? You know what I mean? And, um, uh, get music. That's, you're gonna use music. Get music that's not copyrighted. Obviously, YouTube has free music that you can use, or you can use mixes. That maybe buy some mixes that DJs have all. They put two songs together because they won't pick up the algorithm on the music, because it's too. They slow one song down. Obviously, to put another over it. That works
Mm.
too. Also, just use, you can use sounds. Some people do that. They'll You can just get some race car sound, record them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, bro. But it's okay. We'll work through it. So yeah, you're breaking up again, bro. But yeah, I mean, once again, thanks for being here with me, man, hanging out with me. To all you guys here in the stream, please go support my brother. Oh, this way, Skorpio. He's got some excellent content. Yeah, great guy. I've known him for about 2 years. So yeah, please, go head on over to his channel and give him some love and support. I would greatly appreciate it. He would greatly appreciate it, and that's what our community is all about: to help each other out and spread the word about our channels and just help us grow together. So thank you, bro. I'll let you go get back to the rest of your Sunday. Go bust some moves, whatever it is that you do, and take care. Yes, sir. All right, brother. Take care, man. Peace. All right, brother. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the interview with my buddy Scorpio Love Smith. Like I said, I've known him for quite some time. His content is strictly racing, but he does have he has his own little tweak to it. If you want to call it that. He makes it very entertaining, very engaging. Obviously, he's not shy. He's comfortable with public speaking and speaking behind the camera, and I definitely appreciate what he does. I'm sure that you know uh, putting out diecast racing content is not easy. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys had a good time. I'm gonna read a few of these comments and then I'm gonna let you guys go. We're going on 2 hours, so let's see here. Tony's diecast. He says SoCal. Honest diecast. Yeah, let's talk about the clients. It never fails, man. Derek, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Bunker diecast. I got 0 clients. Tony diecast customs. You got me, Eddie G. Eddie G says yes. Great live stream today, gentlemen. Yep, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you guys, that you guys made it. Please go support my boy, Skorpio. He's a great guy. Bunker Deck is like me. Tony's diecast. The Porsche. Here 935 says Tony's Diecast Customs. Osvaldo Ride or Diecast Rio. Financing a Hot Wheels car in 2023. Nice. And last but not least, Tony TDC says, awesome live stream, bros. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Gonna let you guys go. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I do apologize about the technical difficulties my boy Scorpio Love Smith was having. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. You guys take care. God bless. Happy hunting. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Deuces.